Labs is widely considered the highest risk, highest reward map in Escape from Tarkov, a terror group research facility packed with some of the most valuable loot in the game. Unlike other maps, every raid here costs you an access keycard and there's no insurance safety net, which makes every decision matter. Because of that, efficient loot routing is everything. Knowing which rooms to hit, which buttons to press, and when to rotate can be the difference between walking out stacked or losing it all. Hey guys, I'm Ghost and welcome back to Tarkov University. Today we're focusing purely on optimized, repeatable loot routes for labs that maximize profit while minimizing unnecessary risk. My last upload was a complete labs map guide that served as a deep dive into how to navigate the labs map, the callouts, PvP, tips, and everything like that. If you are still having trouble navigating or learning labs, I recommend you go and watch that video first before you watch this one. The loot routes we're covering today will be built around your spawn because on labs, your starting position typically dictates your first rotation and your early fight risks. Let's get into it. First, we're going to cover the spawns on the hangar side of the map over by green, black, blue, and the res unit room. If you spawn on the third floor of the black or green stairs, you can head to either room. Let's pretend we spawned here and first go to the green room. Swipe your green key card and then head inside. Stay with me guys now. I'm going to tell you where all the loot is. Look over here. Stims can spawn. There's one. Make sure you're checking these shelves over here. And all along this tabletop. These tables all around the green room. You want to be checking them. Keep looking. Keep looking. Up, there's a stim. That glass window right above me, you can be shot through that, so you got to be careful. Try to move quick. Put the serve 12 in your special slot so you don't lose it. Make sure you're checking on those metal racks. These stim holders can actually have stims on them. There's one. Sometimes the loot can blend in, so really make sure you're sticking your face in it. Remember, while you're checking, you can be shot through that glass window, so you gotta be quick. Also keep in mind, this is an offline raid, so the amount of loot that I'm gonna be showing you and be able to find in an offline raid is much less than what you'll find in an online raid. Here's an ophthalmoscope. It's pretty good. Some loot spawns over here. Nothing right now. Check on these tables. There's the TIG splint. Another stim. Another stem. Here's a Tetris. Make sure you're looking on the ground sometimes too, guys. Good ammo can spawn over here. Not too shabby. After we hit the green room, you can loot Sanitar's office if you'd like. It's right across the hall. Sanitar's room is really not that great. I usually find about 4 to 5 stims in here. Let's see what we get. There's one. Stuff can spawn on these shelves in the back. There's a hemostat. Oh, there's 2 stims. 3. Just 3 this time. That's about right. Now, once you've done that, we can head down the stairs to the black room. Just go down one flight of stairs and take a right. You want to peek this a little bit. There could be somebody at the end of the hall. They love to hold that angle. As well as to the right there. Black room is amazing. Remember, the light will turn on when you enter. Stims can spawn in these chairs, on the ground. There are loads of stim spawns in here. None so far. Oh, there's one. On these little containers, you can see stims. Here's 2 more. All along these chairs, guys. Usually there's 2 or 3 by this. Yep, here's 2 on the bed. And make sure you look inside here as well. They can be on the floor next to the bed or on top of it. Now, just in case we go down, make sure you put these stems inside of your injector case in your secure container. That way, if you fail to extract, at least you don't leave with nothing. After the black room, we can head to the infirmary. Remember, guys, you can shoot and be shot through these tarps, so be careful. Now, the infirmary is not that great. I usually find about 1 to 2 stems on these tables and shelves. Sometimes you'll get lucky and find an ophthalmoscope. I personally have never found a LEDX in here. I heard you can, though. This is better for IFAX, Serve 12, stuff like that. Once the infirmary is looted, we can loot the blue room. Remember that if the light's off, it means nobody's in here. See how it just flicked on when I walked in? Stims and meds can spawn on these tables, on these chairs. On this back shelf here. Nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and open up the blue room now. So far since 1.0, I haven't found any LEDX or anything like that inside the blue room. I know you can. I have found a few ophthalmoscopes and a bunch of stims, though. Make sure you're checking on these desks, on these chairs, similar to other spots that you've seen by now. Remember, this is an offline raid, so I'm going to find way less than you would. There's a lot of med bags in here. There's 2 in this room alone. Check on these beds. On the metal trays next to the beds, there's a stim, see? Decent, decent. I would say blue room is just decent. After the blue room, the last thing over here to loot is the res unit. So let's go ahead and head inside there. First thing you do is head into the security office. Look behind these folders for the res unit keycard. Nothing this time. 2 to 3 weapons can spawn in this rack. As well as tons of good ammo down here. Look at this, guys. No keycard required for that. Next, we're going to go right. Res unit can spawn on the floor back here. Nothing. And on this chair. Now let's go ahead and actually open up the res unit door. Intel likes to spawn down here. There's 1. Bitcoins and stuff can spawn on this little end table. 2 to 3 spawns on this bed. Very nice. A weapon can spawn under the bed. Nothing this time. Check on the chair. Check on this desk. Make sure you're looking on these chairs over here. And on the other bed. Underneath it as well, guys. Alright, let's head inside now. You're going to need to hit the switch to actually open up the door. This goes to the containment area. Nothing on the desk there. Res unit keycard can spawn on this desk. Look for stims, IFAX, stuff like that. Res unit keycard under there. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Res unit keycard also by this coffee pot thing. There's a stim in the holder. Usually find some stuff on these desks back here. There's 1 stim. Alright, let's head inside deeper. Res unit can spawn in that breaker box in the back. Look on the table here. More stims in the holders. There's 2. Res unit keycard can spawn in the back here. But obviously we already picked it up. Keep looking all along these tables. Nothing. Ophthalmoscopes like to spawn there. There's 1. More stims. Behind this whiteboard on the right, a res unit keycard can spawn right in the marker tray. Lots of med bags and med crates everywhere. Alright. If at this point you're still not full after looting the res unit, we can head upstairs to loot the glass offices. Quickest way to get there is just to head down this hallway to the left outside of the res unit. Just go through these double doors and take the stairs on your right up. You're gonna need to shoot the glass to get in. There's a lot of computers here. I think there's like 10 to 12. I'm just gonna check a few to show you guys. If you search all of them, I usually find one GPU. Here's a PSU unit. Make sure you're checking on the desks, on these tabletops. All along these shelves here, there's some gold spawns at the bottom. More PC blocks. There's also a safe over here. Gold spawn over here. Found a clock. Yep, that's it. Alright, let's head over to the other one. Use the double doors now. No need to shoot glass. First thing we're going to do is hit the safe in the back. Again, offline mode, so we're just finding some cash. Check on this desk over here. And on the floor around it. Nothing this time. All along these bottom shelves, there's a couple gold spawns. Here's some sugar. Don't forget, there's tons of PC blocks, guys. You could really take your time searching all of these. Again, like 10 to 12 total. There's something like that. I'm not going to search all of those right now just for the sake of this video, but you know where they are. Alright guys, by now you are most definitely min-maxing your loot, so let's just head to the basement to extract. Basically, we're just going to head back to res unit, which is the way we came. Instead of going right into res unit, we're just going to head straight into the stairs. This is called blue or res unit stairs. Let's go all the way down. Once you're in the basement, just take a right. Obviously, if this was a real raid, guys, I'd be clearing my angles and playing a little bit differently, but I'm just trying to show you the route. We have to go all the way down to the back of this hallway in order to press the button and activate the medical block elevator. Right through this room on the left. Remember, anytime a button is pressed, there's a chance the raiders will spawn. Now that power is on, we can actually hit the button and call the elevator. I like to just wait over here. Once the elevator is down, we can just hop in and extract. That's not a bad haul, guys. Found a lot of stims. Let's take a quick look. This is just a sample of what you can find if you run this route. Obviously, it's offline, but if it was an online raid, we'd be fighting PMCs and be taking their loot as well. Now, say we spawned at the top of the black and green stairs, but instead of looting green, we want to head to the first floor and loot the black room first. After the black room, everything is the same. We're going to head to the infirmary and then the blue room, and then after that, the res unit. If you're still not full after looting the res unit, just head upstairs to loot those glass offices and then head down to the basement to extract. From here on out, we're going to call this the black route. Now let's say we get the spawn on the technical level between the black and green stairs and the medical elevator button room. The best thing to do here is to head straight up the stairs and hit black room. Keep the other spawns we just discussed in mind and be ready to deal with them. Once the coast is clear, just begin the black route. Now let's say you spawn on the second floor of the blue or res unit stairs. The first thing we're going to do is head to the first floor and swing left to loot the res unit. After we're done looting the res unit, we are essentially going to do the black route in reverse. First, we're going to hit up the blue room, then the infirmary, then the black room. If we're still not full of loot, we're going to go do the green room, and then we'll head to the basement and extract out the medical block elevator. Now, if you spawn in this little area near the billiards room, just swing right and go down the hallway towards the res unit. You will most likely have to fight the PMC on the staircase, but once the coast is clear, just hit the res unit and then do the black route in reverse. Now, if you spawn in where I like to call the God spawn, you will be on the technical level, but essentially right beneath the middle of the main working area on the first floor. You're going to have a few options here. First, look at this to quickly establish where you are. There's going to be a door on the left, one in the middle, and one on the right. Option 1 is to head through the door on the right and go up the stairs. Once you reach the first floor, just go straight back and you'll find yourself hitting the black room, but from a different angle this time. Keep your ears open and your rifle up here. It's very common for players to swing from the left or the right, so be ready for a fight. Once the coast is clear, just head into the black room and begin the black route. Now, option 2 from the God spawn is to head through the door on the left and go up to the first floor and then immediately swing right. After just a few steps, we'll find ourselves at the dome in the main working area. You'll be the first one here, so you can quickly look around and loot the LEDXs if they spawn there. Once you're done looking for LEDXs inside dome, it's good to loot the double door room just outside the entrance to the dome. Now once that's done, I like to go hit the black room and then basically begin the black route. And lastly is option 3, which is to head out the door on the right, go up to the first floor, and then immediately take the stairs up to the second floor and attack the green room. Now let's cover some of the spawn points that are over on the parking side of the map. If you spawn by the bridge, you should head straight to the red room. When you're on your way to the red room, just be wary of a player coming up these stairs on the right. A player could also be peeking you from the far side to your left, just beyond the cafeteria. The coast is clear, you're good to head into the office. A few loose items like stims and stuff like that can spawn on the shelves to the left as soon as you enter the office, so quickly scan those. And once you're done that, just open up the red room and get to looting. Ammo can spawn on the left here. Also, quick note, if you close that door or if somebody else closes that door, you will need to swipe your red key card again in order to get out of this room. Gold spawn here. This time we got a parrot. Gold spawns on the shelves. Looks like we got 2 bears. Stuff can spawn around this desk. More ammo over here, guys. Look on these tables for optics and stuff like that. Here's an advanced current converter on the ground. You need one of those to maximize your hideout. More optics, suppressors, stuff like that. Alright, now we need the arsenal storage room key in order to open this up. Once you open it up, there's a few gold spawns on the ground. Looks like we got a pro kill this time. Some ibuprofen. There's normally stuff all along these racks. Remember, I'm offline, so the loot's not going to be as good as an online raid. You wiggle your mouse to see if there's anything hiding behind those shelves. Nothing this time. Alright. Once you're done looting the red room, go ahead and loot the violet room. The violet door is obviously located just across from the red door. This room has been fantastic since 1.0. There's like 2 or 3 gold spawns right here. There's a roller. There's a skull ring. Figurine on the ground. Check around the desk on the chairs. Look, here's another gold spawn. Some GP coins. I found 2 bitcoins in here once this wipe so far. Look for suppressors and stuff on these racks. Tech spawn on the ground there. Another gold spawn. Here's a pro kill. There's the GPS far forward unit you need for the hideout. Couple suppressors. Couple buttstocks. Green crates are great, guys. I'm not sure if you search these. There's a gold spawn on the chair. If you guys don't search these, if you're unfamiliar, just make sure you search them. Let's go ahead and search one real quick. Get a lot of good items in here. Nothing really this time. Looks like we're doing alright though for loot. Stuff can spawn in here. Nothing really this time. Open this door. Nope, nothing. Let's search this black crate real quick before we move on. Alright. After Violet is looted, you can exit the red office and head down the hall to the right. Always check inside Cat because good loot can spawn on the ground right to the left as you enter, as well as on the shelves and table all around the room. After you've checked Cat, keep going down the hall and enter the admin room to loot New Black. Definitely check your sectors before you do the sprint, guys. Keep in mind the spawn that's coming up from parking. Gold spawns can spawn on these shelves, as well as around this table here. Make sure you take a look. Nothing. Nothing. New Black is right here down the hall. There's a spawn over here behind these ottomans. Make sure you check. Find gold spawns and figurines and stuff like that right there. You're going to want to swipe your black key card to get in this door. First thing you want to do is open this safe in the back. Swipe your black key card again. Guaranteed cardinal spawn. Look at that, a Bitcoin. Very common. Some GP coins. We're going to need to make space, guys. Bears got to go. A sick case is great for this map, so you can just throw a bunch of stuff in there. Intel is worth about 300k right now, so let's put that in our secure container. What would you throw down? Alright. Bitcoin. Cardinal key, it's about 200k. You can vendor it to therapists. So the Bitcoin and the key, that's about 750k right there, right up the rip. Here's a lion. Not sure if we can fit it. Can we fit it? We can. Why not check the PC block? Could find a GPU, some RAM. Nope. Look by these towels. Excuse me, look by these jackets. On these shelves here. Down here by these folders, there's a roller. Here's a teapot. I think these bears gotta go. Is there something else I can ditch? Or teapot. Again, gold spawns up here on the shelves. Not bad. After you're done looting New Black and Admin, head to the parking office with the button for the extract. Inside of this, you're going to find loot on the ottoman as well as on the desk. While you're here, feel free to hit the button if you'd like to open up an extract. After this room, head over to the yellow room for more loot. Remember, anytime a button is pressed, there's a chance that raiders can spawn. Let's swipe the yellow key card. Whoops. Desk pop. There's a couple gold spawns immediately to your right, on the ground and the ottomans. Right there. There's like 3 or 4 around here. Another bear. It's all the bears. Check on the chairs. Look for more bears. Check on the tables. Let's get rid of these bears. Here's a figurine. What's a bear going for right now? Anyway, check on the chairs. Here's another figurine. Kind of want that. I think that's going for 120k right now, that suppressor. Alright, gold spawns on the ground, guys. Make sure you're looking. And then there's another gold spawn inside here. Tech spawns. Here's some stim. Get out of here, bears. You got a stim. Vase. Narfid. Not bad. I think they buffed Yellow Room. It's been really good. And the key is only like 200k, so it's worth picking up. Teapot. Alright. By this point, you should be getting full, so you can either head out of parking to extract or work your way towards the main elevator extract on the technical level. If you can't go out parking, the quickest way to get to the main elevator extract is to head through the boiler room. Follow me along as I show you the way. Just enter these double doors underneath the admin room and then swing right. Go through these double doors. You're going to find the button to power the elevator here. Make sure no raiders spawned right there at the end of the hall. I always full clear this room just because I've seen players ratting in here. As well as over here. Very common for players to hide there, so check your corners, guys. Make sure no raiders spawned at the end of the hall. You can call the elevator. Let's see what we got. Okay, we get the advanced current converter. That's great, so we can build our solar power if you still need that. Intel. Bitcoin, Cardinal Key. How much you guys think? This looks like a $1.5 to $2 million raid to me. Plus the ammo, which we'd keep. Excellent, guys. Good route. Now, if we spawn by the freezer in the cafeteria, the first thing we're going to do is head straight to the red room. Once again, be aware someone could have spawned on the right by the bridge, or be coming up that staircase just to the right of the red room. Once the coast is clear, just head into the red office and begin the red route. If you spawn inside of Snake just north of the parking area, what I like to do is what we're going to call the New Black route. Sprint up inside of parking and head upstairs and outside the button room. Keep in mind those spawns over by red. Someone could be on the bridge, in the cafeteria, or coming up those stairs. Once everything is clear, just head inside of admin and begin to loot New Black. Once you've gotten everything inside of New Black secured, you're free to loot the admin room. Once we got everything inside of admin, you can either go left out of the admin to loot the cat, followed by the red and violet rooms we covered earlier, or head right and loot the yellow room. From here, the choice is yours, guys, but when you're finished, extract out of parking or head down to the main elevator through the boiler room. If you spawn on the first floor of reception between the red room and New Black, you have those two options. Option 1 is to head through the dark bunk room and go up the stairs and fight it out over red room. Once it's clear, just do the red route from here. Option 2 is to head right and up to the admin room to loot New Black. Once the area is clear, just do that New Black route. Now guys, if you spawn somewhere else down on the technical level, like over by the heating room or by the main elevator for example, what you want to do is just get up to the first floor as quickly as possible and hit up the closest room to you. One last honorable mention that you should always hit up if the raid is quiet enough, and that is the weapon testing room located on the main working level. Alright guys, when you come in here, this door's going to be locked. I actually already unlocked it. You can find some ammo over here on this table. And a couple tech gold spawns on the ground. Here's a Tetris. Check all around this box. A couple gold spawns over here on the right too. Nothing in the softline raid. Next you can find weapons and ammo there. And a couple optics. Suppressor here. A couple buttstocks. I don't know if you guys search these crates often, but sometimes you can find more weapon attachments and even full-size weapons. Nothing this time. It's a decent room. And lastly, let's say you spawned into Labs, but you don't want to hit those high traffic keycard rooms we just discussed. Let's say you want a quieter, more low-key type of Labs raid. But you're in luck because that's possible too, and what I typically do in those situations is just run around pressing as many buttons as possible. Remember that anytime a button is pressed, there is a chance that raiders can spawn onto the map. Once a bunch of raiders have spawned in, you can just fight them and loot them. Raiders can have up to class 6 plates and meta weapons and ammo, so simply farming them is a totally viable option for a Labs raid. And that is your Labs loot route guide for 2026 and Escape from Tarkov. If this guide helped you out, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Tarkov content. If you want to support the channel even more, consider clicking the join button and becoming a member. Also, make sure you take a look at our merch store. We have a brand new 10,000 hour Timmy hoodie and t-shirt, as well as a graphic one that says Hardcore Tetris Simulator. Let me know in the comments down below what guide you'd like me to do next, or if you have any more questions about the Labs map. Don't forget to head over to our Discord and join if you're looking for teammates to run raids with. There's a whole bunch of people in there and they're all very cool. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Ghost and I'll see you in the next raid.